Today, I took my SIM card out of my iPhone 17 Pro Max and put it back in my Galaxy S25 Ultra. And boy, did that feel good. Now let's go. After I published my review of the iPhone 17 Pro Max, I immediately rushed out the next day to put my SIM card back in my S25 Ultra. My S25 Ultra is currently running oneui 8.5. It's full of bugs, the camera doesn't work, and I would much rather still be using this than the iPhone. Let's get into the reasons why, because there's multiple of them. And what's funny is I kind of had planned on making this video after the review went live, and then someone left a comment saying that the next video was going to be this. And they were right, so here it is. So why did I switch back? Well, it's not even really a lot of reasons. The main one is just oneui is better. But whilst I've said there's not a lot, I am going to break it down, the real nitpicky stuff. So starting with the basic stuff, I guess, oneui is just so much better suited to one-handed usage. With big phones like the Pro Max and the Ultra, it's important that you can navigate the software in a comfortable way. For oneui, you've got the back gesture on both sides of the screen baked into the software, not just app dependent. You've got the ability to be able to bring down the notification panel from the middle of your home screen and then swipe to the quick panel. Again, all from that bottom part of the screen without needing to do hand gymnastics to get all that stuff down. Then you factor in things like one-handed operation plus, which just gives you further customization to make one-handed usage even easier with extra menus and toggles and interactions. It's just a much better way of navigating big screen phones, and you have control of it. Apple does have a one-handed option, and everyone kept leaving comments to that effect in the video, but it's just not a good option. I'm sorry, but any solution that cramps half your screen, no. The other part too with one-handed usage is Samsung have built that into every system app, whether it be settings, whether it be gallery. That swipe down brings everything closer to be able to use it one-handed. It's just a better way of doing things. So that stuff's all pretty like basic operation, and that's just for me, I guess I'm used to it. So I've sort of become muscle memory with it. But the next stuff is just core functionality that I think every smartphone should have and iPhones don't. For example, a clipboard. I can't tell you how weird it is that in 2025, iOS doesn't have a clipboard where when you copy something, it stores it there so you can go back and paste it later if you need to. I'm speechless. I use the clipboard pretty much every day because I know that there's previous stuff that I've copied in there, and I'll go back through the list and paste it because I still need it. But it's not even just the fact that the clipboard is there. It's that when you copy anything, whether it be text or even a screenshot, that will appear in your keyboard as a little row ready to paste it into the text field or the message that you're going into. Apple doesn't have that for screenshots and copying text, and it sucks that it doesn't. What else is annoying is just the fact that there's no number row on the stock keyboard. Like, why? It just adds this extra step into the typing experience, and I don't get it. So ultimately, they are little tiny things, I guess. But when you start to sort of add them up and you consider that I've been using this for 10 years and having access to those, what I thought were pretty basic core functions, and then to have them not there, yeah, it's good to be back. It's more or less nitpicking, but I do it because I can. The next reason why I couldn't wait to get back to oneui is just the way you can actually interact with it. Samsung building gestures and menus and toggles, much easier ways to access settings. Also, you can just interact more fluidly around the OS. Edge panels is the perfect example for me. It's my star feature, and one that I just, again, cannot wrap my head around how this feature has existed for 10 years, and it just makes so much sense to me. No matter where I am, on any screen, I can drag out that panel and switch apps very conveniently. And the app doesn't even have to be stored in the RAM. It can just be something I start fresh. Or I can open the Edge panel and drag a multi-window or a pop-up window out. So convenient, so easy. October is Cybersecurity Awareness Month. A reminder that online safety starts with strong password security. Protect what matters most with a trusted password manager like Keeper Security. When you use Keeper, you're joining over 4 million paid users worldwide who trust Keeper to protect their passwords and private information. Keeper is the most secure, certified, tested, and audited password security platform in the world. This year, Keeper was named Enterprise Leader, mid-market leader, and small business leader in G2's Best Software Password Management, and also took home 9 global InfoSec awards, recognition that shows why Keeper is trusted by businesses worldwide. The benefit of Keeper is simple. You can create and store all your passwords, passkeys, and even multi-factor authentication codes inside a secure, personal vault that you can access on any device from anywhere at any time. If you ever switch devices or ecosystems, kind of like I have, you'll appreciate the simplicity of having all your credentials in one safe place. Keeper's proprietary zero trust and zero knowledge security model with full end-to-end encryption means no Keeper employee can ever access your vault. Only you can. Keeper also continues to improve and update its platform. Recently, Keeper introduced the ability to use biometric logins to access your vault on the Chrome and Edge browser extensions. The first of its kind in the industry, this update lets you securely access your vault with passkeys protected by biometrics or pins across multiple platforms. This replaces the need to type passwords entirely, adding yet another layer of security to the login process. Keeper makes it easy to stay safe on the devices you use, and they've made it even easier to get started with a special offer for new users. Use the code TECHWITH50 to get started with Keeper today, and thanks to Keeper Security for sponsoring this video. Customization is probably the next part that I would highlight, and I know that Apple are finally catching up with some customization options. There's actually things that are starting to happen, particularly with things like the lock screen, but it is still very limited. I actually kind of made the wrong analogy in my review. I said it was like going to a hotel, but I think it's more or less like going to a rental or like a long stay holiday accommodation, because in that you can move furniture around and you can kind of place things a certain way. But again, you can't put things on the wall. You can't get in new furniture. You're kind of bound by someone else's vision instead of what you want to do. I want to do more than just create some folders on my home screen or put a widget stack in. I want to change the grid size, especially on a big phone. The fact I can't change the grid size on a 6.9-inch screen and still only have 4 apps across is mental to me. And the fact I can't add in more apps into the dock, again, only 4. Why? There's so much space there. Just give me the option to change how the app icons appear, and then I can add more. At 6.9 inches, the 17 Pro Max is basically an iPad mini. Let me use it like a tablet. In oneui, you've got Good Lock. And with modules in Good Lock, you can add in up to 9 in that dock area. 9. Next up is Samsung DeX, and I use DeX nearly every day, whether it be casting it wirelessly to my TV, or I use it a lot on my exercise bike outside. I plug the phone in, and then I can launch DeX onto the monitor. And then, because of the fact DeX supports that split screen and multitasking, I can have my workout on YouTube on one and watch my football on the other. In the studio that I'm currently building at the moment, I'm going to be building a dedicated DeX workspace. And in that workspace, I'm going to have a Samsung DeX station, a Samsung DeX pad hooked up to a monitor, so I can just drop the phone in, launch DeX, and away I go. I cannot wait. Subscribe, because I'm going to do a full video of everything Samsung that's going into my studio. Then there's the camera. And I appreciate Samsung's cameras probably more than most people do, especially the stock camera experience, not even accounting for things like Expert RAW. There's a lot of people on social media, and X in particular, who take advantage of Expert RAW. You should go check them out. Yes, Apple with their iPhone has a lot to support creators from a very professional end level. What I'm talking about is being a dad. And that's what I am when I take photos on my phone, is I'm a father. And when I want to capture moments of my family, I find Samsung's camera app has more modes, more features to take advantage of that. My favorite one, I've heard it all the time, it's single take. It's just so good at capturing the moment and then giving me an album full of photos and videos to refer back to later. And more recent times, features like dual recording, where I can record from 2 cameras at the same time, and especially great for sport because I can get close in for football and get the wide angle shot at the same time. And I've spoken a lot about software, and I can't believe I've left this till last, but there's the S Pen. The second I've switched back to this, obviously remembering I have the S Pen, I needed it. We're renovating our house at the moment, and in the house we've built this new wall where the TV is going to go. And I needed to remember where the studs were and the measurements of that. So I took a photo with my phone and drew on the measurements so I could then refer back to that later. It's convenience like that, having something in your pocket that you can just take notes like that quickly, that again completes the Ultra package, and definitely a huge reason to switch back. The last point here for me to make is ecosystem. I am already so far in the Samsung ecosystem, it's a joke. And it's gonna grow again when I move house. I've just ordered the family hub fridge, so that's gonna be part of my kitchen. I've got a Samsung oven. That's a smart oven on its way, I should say. I just ordered 2 Samsung music frames for my studio. I've got a smart monitor M9 sitting over here. In my current house, I've got a Samsung air conditioner. I'm looking at a Samsung frame. Then I've got the mobile ecosystem supporting that, which is tablets, watches, buds, you name it. I have pretty much collected everything to do with Samsung's ecosystem. And I have put smart things on the iPhone. But there's something about the core experience of it on here. The fact it's built into the quick panel. I can access smart things as a toggle. There's so many routines and modes and automations sort of part of it too. And the fact it works on things like my watch that, yeah, it's just better on a Samsung. So, am I going to sell the iPhone? No. I'm going to keep it. And there's a couple of reasons why. The first one is that the selfie camera is actually fantastic. And I know it seems like a lot of money to just keep a phone for the selfie camera when I have a Fold 7, but it's also not a bad idea to have the iPhone in there if I need to do any comparisons. Selfie camera also is really good at talking to camera. I like it, so I'm going to keep it. And the second one is more of a, I guess, YouTube reason. When the S26 Ultra comes out, you better believe I'm going to be doing a side-by-side comparison from the iPhone to the Ultra, because Samsung are going to be coming in hot next year with video function. I really want to compare it. So that's that. Every reason why I've switched back to the Ultra from the iPhone. Make sure you hit subscribe for all future content, because when the next Ultra drops and I've got the iPhone with me, that comparison is going to be massive. But between now and then, there's going to be a lot of content dropping as well. You won't want to miss it. I'll see you guys in the next one.